Oh, Aaron Valentine. We're going to be making a website in this video. All we're going to be trying to do is make a navbar and a splash, which is this giant picture over here, okay? It's going to be quick, easy, and fun. I'm going to be doing the Adidas page. You pick which website you want to do, but here we go. This is how you do it. The first thing we're going to do is this fun, nice little navbar over here. So we see here it says men, women, kids, sports, news, and trending. Now, you can see these are all links, so I have to put a set of links at the top of my page. What I'm going to do, though, is since they're in a group, when you want to group things together, you put them in a div. A div is just a box. So I'm just going to put them in this box. And then I'm going to put all of my A tags, because those are links. It's going to say href equals hashtag. Hashtag is just a placeholder for like a link. If you were really good, you would actually put the link there. So when I click this is the actual link that it goes to. If you want to be really cool, you put that there. But I'm going to skip doing that. It's going to take me too much time. I think you guys have the time to do that. Now remember, my link says men, so in between the two A tags, I'm going to put the word here, men, all uppercase, and then I'm going to start copying and pasting this to do all the rest of them. Hold on, let's change this to hashtag, and let's see how many are there. There's men, women, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, men, women. Okay, what was the last? Kids sports sale. Kids sports sale. And I think it said new and trending. Okay, great. Now, if you notice here, this looks terrible, right? It's the wrong color and all those things. So we're going to style this a little bit. All right, we got to make this styled so it's like that. We got to make this box a little bit bigger. Right? We want to make it bigger. Maybe we'll add a border to the bottom of the box. And then we want to change like kind of the font and make some of these bold. So let's remember how to do this. Since there's going to be multiple that are styled the same, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a class. Because all of these are going to be called something. I'm just going to call these links. So I'm going to call it a link. We're going to copy and paste this. And we're going to put them in all of them. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, great. And let's give this an ID of nav. All right, so now I can style these things. Let's go to index.css. Okay, I'm going to say .link. That's the name of that class. To style all of those, the first thing I want to do is they're the wrong color and they have annoying underlines on them. They look gross. So the first thing we're going to do is called text decoration, and we're going to say none. This is going to remove that underline right there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the color of these. The color, remember, is the font color. I'm going to make them black. Oh, great. Good, right? Okay, now, let's keep going here. If you notice here, what's it called? They're too close together. They need a little margin between each other. So let's add a little margin. So I'm going to add a little bit of margin left. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to add, let's try 30 pixels and see how that looks. Good, right? Yeah? Okay, great. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start styling that nav. All right? So border, bottom. It really has a border just on the bottom over here. Okay, see that little border? Let's do a border bottom. I'm going to do it 1px, solid, and black. Nope, let's do gray. Let's do RGB, 240, 240, 240. Let's see how that looks. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, there's also a little bit of space at the top over here. You see how there's like space? A nice little space? Let's add some padding to the top here. I'm going to do padding top. That means I'm going to put a little space at the top. Let's do 30 pixels. Right? That's good. Okay, now I'm not done here. You see how these three are bolded right here? Men, women, and kids? Let's give this a bold class just to those three. So if you look over here, those three all have bold in them. So right next to link, I'm going to put the word bold. You could have multiple classes, just how you guys take multiple classes. You take coding, you take math, English, all that stuff. You could have multiple classes. I just put a space in between. So those three that say bold, I'll now give this class to it. I'm going to say bold, and let's give it font weight of bold. All right, we're getting there. Now I want to say this. the font on all of these, this is called a sans serif. I'm not sure we talked about fonts. Sans serif means it has no decorations. Right now, this is like New York Times. A serif, you see where it has these little lines and stuff? That's a serif. It's like decorated font. I kind of want to remove that. So just to kind of get the right font for now, I encourage you to find the exact font. I'm just going to do font family Helvetica. 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 Now that's looking great. Okay, great. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of left border to this. Let's move that nav to the left. No, let's let this. It's a little bit in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to call this left. I'm going to push things to the left a little bit. So we'll say this, left. I'm going to say margin, left, 200 pixels. Margin right. I'm sorry. Wait, am I right about that? Did I put on the wrong one? I put it on women, didn't I? Oh my God, I'm so dumb. Oh, that's in the recording. I stand by it. Okay, I'm gonna do margin left, and you see how this is gonna push things now to the left. Okay, sweet, right? Love it? Great. All right, now the next part here is we're gonna add the big splash picture. Now here, pay attention very carefully. How do I get this picture? You don't have to screenshot. Actually, when you're looking at a picture, your computer downloaded it already. Yep, you automatically download things that you didn't agree to. If you go over here, you right click, you go to inspect, and then you come over to your network. This is where all the files for our website actually exist. So check this out. Over here it says image. These are all the images, and reload the page. And if I reload this, it re-downloads all the pictures, and I can find the actual Bad Bunny one. No, there's Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Come on, dude. Why are you hating on Bad Bunny? All right, these are all the photos for the website. They all exist here. So if you ever want any of these photos, it's very simple to come get them. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to copy the image URL. All right, now check this out. This is part 2. How do you make the splash? All right, I'm going to make another div. I'm going to give this the ID of splash. Okay? Now instead of putting an image inside of this div, I'm going to set it as the background. The reason I'm setting it as a background is because you can see there's some words on top of it. So if I put a background image, I could then put the images on top, the words on top of it to make my splash perfect. So check it out. I'm going to go over here to index.css, hashtag splash. Okay, I'm going to say background. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys remember this. You just say URL, you put that thing, and you don't see anything, right? And where is it? You got to set the height. So I'm going to set the height of this div to 100 view height. There's Bad Bunny right there on my screen. Perfectly done, right? Exactly as it was on the website. So that's looking pretty good. Just so you guys know what 100 VH is, that means 100% of the view height. If you want it to be smaller, I could set it to 80, and that means 80% of the view height. It'll be 80% of the page. And I think on this one, it's actually 100%, right? It takes up the whole screen. So I'm going to put 100%. But if you can play around with that number, 50%, so on and so forth. All right, now let's just put a little bit of text on it, and then we have our navbar and our, what's it called? Wait, hold on. This is really bothering me. Hold on. This is really important. There's a little space under here, right? Jada, you're ruining my video. And this is forever. So mad. Padding. I'm so sorry. Actually, it's totally fine. Okay, you see there's a little space at the bottom now? Should I put a hover effect too? Do you guys want hovers? Did you see that little line under there?
Dude, I was tough.
Yeah, let's do it. Wait, guys. Dot link. Okay. I'm not sure if you remember how to do a hover, so I pick my selector, hover, and then when you do this, you do border bottom, 2px solid black. Okay, check it out. Okay. See? We just made Adidas. We could get paid by Adidas to make their website. All right, let's just add that text over here. I'm just going to do this part that says FIFA World Cup annual jerseys. Check it out. Wait, was that in the right place? Nope, I did the wrong one. I'm going to do the Bad Bow collection. Okay? So here it is. I'm going to just put an H1 inside of my div here. Okay? Inside of the splash, I'm going to do H1, and I'm going to say that text, Bad Bow collection. Now you see how it's up here? It's gross. Let's make it look like it does there. So if you look here, it has a white background, right behind it. It's smaller and it's down. So let's give this an ID of title. Okay, come over here, hashtag title. Why am I using a hashtag? There's only one of them. Okay, background, white. Okay, not great. I'm gonna make the width 200 pixels, 300 pixels. Okay, good. Now I just gotta move it down. Margin top, 60%. No. Oh, padding. No, I want margin top. 100 pixels. Why is it adding to that? Okay, well, it's fine. Whoa, that's annoying. Why is it adding to that? I'll live with it. Margin left, 50 px. Okay. All right, that moved it there. Why is it doing that? Maybe I could put it on the splash. Oh, I can do this. Okay, watch this. Padding. Okay, I'm going to move it down by adding padding top to this. Padding top, 60 VH. Yeah. So I moved it down 60%. The padding is the space right here. And now I made website. I made the website. See? Right there? It's perfect. All right. So I'm moving out a few things here. You guys obviously could add more, but you get the general concepts. Navbar, looking good. Okay? We have our Bad Bunny right here, a big splash, and then the words on top of it. When you pick your websites, pick something with a similar pattern. Navbar, splash, words on top, and just modify it to that. All right, Aaron,